Hi everyone, it's Nikki. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, then I just want to let you know, mama, that it is well. I will show you how to look good, how to feel good, and how to keep your sanity while still being a mom. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and make sure to hit the notification bell so that you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. All right, let's jump right into it. Today I have a really quick video, and it is basically on the topic of why I keep my kids on a bedtime schedule, no matter the time of the year. I don't care if it's Christmas break. I don't care if it is summer. I don't care if it's the weekend. My kids go to bed every single night between 8 and 8:30. Every blue moon, there may be an exception to this rule, but I usually don't go past 9. I know that sometimes when they're with their grandparents, you know how it is. Grandparents, anything goes. But at my house, or our house, it is strictly between 8 and 8:30. So I'm going to give you 4 reasons as to why I keep it that way. So reason number 1. They are less likely to fight back because they already know what to expect. So, you hear about these moms, bless their souls, or dads, whoever, where they have a really hard time getting their kid to go to bed at night. We don't have those problems over here, period. Okay? Not at all. Why? Because they know there's no need to fight. There's no need in even protesting against going to bed because they go to bed at that time every single night. They know that I mean business, daddy means business. It's not up for negotiation. Now, how did we get to that point? That was a little bit more of a challenge. You will have some nights, especially when they're young. Like I have a 3-year-old, and some nights he had to just cry. But we basically sleep trained him, which I can do another video on that if you would love to see that. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it had to be done. So we were like, if we continue on this and they know that we mean business, they're not going to fight back because they know there's no point. They know they won't win. We, the adults in the house, have authority. That's where I think a lot of people are messing up. They let their kids have too much authority. And don't get me wrong, my kids free to do a lot of things and I let them think for themselves. But what I say and what daddy says goes point blank. Okay, it's not up for discussion. So that is why it's easier at night, because they already know what to expect. All right, number 2, my reason why I keep them on a schedule is they just aren't as grumpy the next day. They're a lot more pleasant to deal with because they're getting a full 10 to 12 hour night rest. So my boy, who is my 3-year-old, he usually gets between 11 and 12 hours every night. And my daughter typically will get about 10. She tends to wake up a little earlier than he does. I know it's just kind of backwards because my 7-year-old gets up earlier than my 3-year-old, but I don't know. I guess the Lord blessed me. I can't thank him enough. He blessed me with some sleeping children. I think he knew that I didn't have the patience for it. He knew that I loved my sleep too much to be having kids that wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. If that is you, if you have those children, I am so sorry. I really am. I can't relate. This isn't a brag. I just can't relate. I know that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me or my husband's parenting. The Lord just blessed us with some sleeping children. But because of that, them going to bed at 8 o'clock and they don't get up till like 8 o'clock is bliss, okay? And they're not so grumpy because they're not exhausted because they got their recommended hours of sleep. All right, so moving along to number 3. So reason number 3 is it allows me to get things done. I know it seems like the most obvious thing, right? I'm able to clean up the kitchen or clean up the living room or just, I don't know, separate clothes for laundry and things like that. So yeah, it allows me to get a lot of household chores done that I wouldn't normally get done during the day when they are awake. So I am starting to slowly introduce chores and things into my 7-year-old's life, because I feel like she is old enough to take on some of that responsibility. So she cleans her own room and things like that. But you know, for a lot of chores, I still have to do them. Like cleaning the bathroom, my 7-year-old is not wiping down my toilet and expecting me to sit on it. No, my husband can barely clean my toilet up to my standards. So there's that. So anyway, yeah, so it just allows me to get things done that I normally wouldn't be able to do if they were awake. Because, you know, kids, they require a lot of attention, you know, they just need it. So anyway, moving along to my final one, reason number 4. It gives my husband and I adult time, alone, uninterrupted adult time. And y'all, I cannot stress this enough. It is so important to get that. And I don't care if you're a single mom, single dad, if you're married, whatever, you need adult time. And that doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you're getting busy, even though that's none of my business. But if you have that adult time where you can read a book that you want to read, or watch adult TVs that don't require animation, you know what I mean? Like if you want to watch something that may have some choice language or violence or, you know, sexual content kind of, that's the time to do it when your kids are asleep. So if you, I mean, you know, parenting, everybody has their own style. I don't watch those types of shows in front of my kids. Some people do. That's your business. I'm not judging. I just don't do it. So if you're like me and don't like to do it, get those kids in the bed. That way you can watch things like Money Heist or my personal favorite, Killing Eve. So, you know, you can watch those types of shows without worrying about your little one like poking their head around like, what's going on, mommy? That man, his head just got chopped off. Like, I ain't got time to explain that. So it's so important for you to just get that time to do what you want to do things that don't require toys or require cartoons like Paw Patrol or whatever. Like, don't get me wrong, I love those. I love watching that stuff with my kids, but I want to see stuff that is made specifically for adults. I know y'all understand. So that's why I and my husband, I guess, are so anti kids being up past 9 o'clock. Like, we just aren't here for that. Unless you want to stay up, you know, till 3 o'clock every morning because you want to stay up and get some alone time, but you don't put your kids in bed till like 11. That's your prerogative. But for us, we like to still maintain a decent level of sleep for ourselves and still get time to ourselves. So yeah, if you want to make your life a little bit easier, start sleep training your children. And I know it's going to be some times where you're going to be ready to pull your hair out, especially if your kids are used to doing things their own way. But you have to kind of set that expectation. You've got to let them know who the authority is, that it's not up for debate. So again, if you want to learn more about how my husband and I have done that in our family, like household, feel free to comment below. Let me know what you would love to hear. And I'd be happy to share what we have done, what's worked, what hasn't worked for us. Of course, every kid is different. Every house is different. So what may work for me may not work for you, but I am happy to share what I've done. And I promise you, it will just make your life so much easier. It will help you keep your sanity. So yeah, that's it for this video, you guys. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, please feel free to leave them below in the comment box as always. And if you like this content, go ahead and give it a thumbs up so that I know that I can continue to make similar stuff for you. And it just helps me grow my channel in the hopes that I can eventually monetize it, because I mean, who wouldn't love to make a little bit of money doing something that they enjoy? So yeah, that's it. And I will see you guys in the next upload. Bye.